You want to get the bathroom light?
Okay. Calm, you asshole. That was fucking horrifying. Like, not...
Introduce the show.
No, it's all edited. I'm editing it all together.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Well, we finished Troll 2. What do you think, Whitey?
Calm, you asshole, dude. That was... That... What? Like, the whole movie, I'm just like, what?
Honestly, you probably said it at least 50 times.
No, way more than 50 times. However, the redeeming... Should we start with...
Well, our last edit was right before he peed on the sandwiches. That's a nice segue, isn't it?
After the pee on the sandwiches,
because that's how he had to stop them from eating the food.
What? It was all about food. Like, what? Alright, tell us what happened after the pee on the sandwiches.
Are we just going through like all
They got to
Nilbog.
Nilbog.
And they find out that it's goblin spelled backwards.
Oh. Oh.
And instead of them going home, he goes, Joshua, or you called him Little Timmy throughout the whole movie.
No, Bart Simpson.
He goes and he finds like this preacher giving a sermon to all the townspeople, and we were calling him James Brolin because
he looked like discount James Brolin.
Discount James Brolin from the Amityville Horror.
They went into.
They were gonna force feed him ice cream.
There was so much, and then oh god, nothing. According to Nash, we know nothing is gonna make sense,
right,
in this film. But it was just like, what? Why? What is anyone? But it all got redeemed.
Well, when you thought it was going to be redeemed, but go ahead.
I thought it was like the whole thing was so absurd. He saved the day by eating a fucking sandwich. Like, it's... Ow!
But what's great is before that...
Hold on, because he... It was horrible, and then Grandpa's like, here's the backpack, use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't use it until you really, really need it.
But hold on. Why the whole fucking backpack? There was nothing. Why not just hand him the sandwich? What else is in the bag? Look, it was a bag full of shit. And where's Grandpa getting this stuff? And then before that, they're at the house, and Grandpa shows up with an axe and cuts off. But then, okay, so that lady goes back behind the storage with the hand thing. But then Grandpa's got the fire extinguisher, and he hands his kid a Molotov cocktail. And so it's like at that point it goes from inane babble to genius, because now it's a psychological thriller about a sick, fucked up kid who's psychosis. He's only imagining this shit, and he's gonna kill all these people, and the goblins aren't real, and none of this is happening.
Now that would have been great.
That would have been great. But then that doesn't happen, and then
we get popcorn sex.
Popcorn. That was. I don't know what to think about that, because those kids just disappeared. We never found out what happened to two of the characters. We don't find out at the very, very end. We don't know what happens to Dad. We don't know what happens to the sister.
Right, because they drive off to go to the store.
Or the kid, for that matter.
Yeah. And they drive off to go to the store. We don't know what happened to we'd be calling them Pink Shorts.
Pink Shorts, he's there and he's gone.
Right.
He's just like, he's there, I'm kind of upset, and then that's it.
He goes to the castle and he finds his friend who's been turned into a plant. Arnold. And then he passes out because he's been drugged by drinking like poisoned milk or something.
Something.
And then as he's passed out,
No, it was the froth. She's the broth. She's like, drink this broth. And he's like, yeah, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, the herpy face, the witch.
Herpy face. Yes.
Well, he's passed out while Pink Shorts is passed out. She takes a chainsaw and she cuts up Arnold to make a green milkshake for the kid to drink when he wakes up. And we never see him again.
Somebody wrote this. Somebody sat there.
There's the scene where she says she's tired of all this shit, basically. And she goes from herpy face to hot chick.
She becomes hot.
She's very, very hot. And she's walking down all seductively to the RV where the last guy is.
The last guy, yeah.
And she basically, he's watching television, and he sees her walking down. She talks through the TV, and then she pulls out a corn cob, and he invites her in, and they're going to make out and have sex, but they do it by putting the corn cob between their two mouths and start eating it.
And then corn cob is coming out everywhere.
Then popcorn shoots out everywhere, and it's great because you can tell that it's just someone off screen throwing the popcorn.
Yeah.
And then that's over. And then the family's being attacked by the goblins, and then you see Herpy Face's back, and she's yelling and screaming, and it's like one of the goblins says, like, our master is calling. So they disappear, and then you cut to Popcorn Boy, and literally he's just covered in popcorn, and he spits it out, and he says, no more popcorn, and that's the end. We never see him again.
Keep it on.
Well, that's all it is for Popcorn Boy.
Oh, okay, so everything is so wonderfully absurd. Did I say wonderfully? Everything's horrifying. Horrifyingly bad. But then you get to the sandwich. And he pulls out a sandwich.
And it wasn't just a sandwich, it was like, that fucking thick.
What? And she goes, the carbohydrates! The toxins! And then it's all a great movie. It's like, yes! This was horrible, 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 horrible. Every facet of this thing. And then that line, and it was like, yay!
He was so happy, and like lightning striking, and all the goblins are dying and everything. And the best part is this: the family goes home, and Mom, takes a bite of an apple, and Josh says, "I'm going to go upstairs and take a nap." And you're wondering what's going to happen. And this is great. This isn't part of the movie. I said, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's almost over." And I said, "No, we got 20 minutes left." You bolted out of your
freaked out.
You bolted out of your chair to check out. We have 3 minutes left. And then the movie ended by the goblins returning and eating Mom.
God. Oh my god, dude. Gollum, you shithead.
Is this the worst Prelude that you've had to do so far?
Oh, this is. I have been affected by this more than anything I've ever seen.
Thank you, Gollum.
This was, and I've seen some shit. But the like, what was? And you read the thing on Wikipedia.
I read the thing on Wikipedia. Basically, this was the director's mother, not the director's mother, the director's wife was pissed off at vegetarians, so she wrote this, and this was her way to get back at them.
What?
We were talking about earlier the shitty acting, in our first attempt to do this video, and the father character, the actor,
yes,
is a dentist in his normal life. He showed up at the audition as a joke, and they picked him as the best actor. And then there's a crazy, what else did I read? There's a crazy shopkeeper, and I use the word crazy literally because apparently he was a mental patient, and this was his day off at the mental hospital.
Yeah.
And he got this role, and he claims, like when they did this documentary, they said he was so high on marijuana that he doesn't remember a single thing, and he was totally freaked out about everything that was going on.
Yeah. I think that's where they got everybody, and he was the only one to fess up to it.
And then here's the thing. The thing is, the actors, because, what I say, the director's Italian, the actors tried to ad-lib some lines to make the grammar seem more proper and appropriate, yeah. And the director was basically like, fuck you, read it how it's written. And you could tell. You look like you've had like bad pizza and you just came out of the bathroom.
This is like, you've been shitting for 3 days. And you're on 3 days shitting.
You've been wiped raw,
haven't you? Raw. You don't want to wipe, but you have to. This was, but then it's all like the carbohydrates. The toxins, like, it was so eating a sandwich. Somebody wrote that the kid saves the day by eating this.
Now I got a question. In our first video where I explained what I remember, did you think I was joking about the sandwich?
I had no idea. But there was fuck. He's eating a sandwich. It's just so good. It's so good. He brought everything back, and now it's like, all right.
And then they ended it the way they ended it.
Troll 2.
Was it worth?
The only real problem with the ending is you know what happens to nobody. Mom's apparently dead.
Yeah, Mom's been eaten.
But she's dead. Okay, so the shower is just covered in clot, but she died in the kitchen. Or we'll find out in Troll 3, Electric Boogaloo. Troll 3 has nothing to do with the Troll
None
2
of the Troll movies have anything to do with it. The only one, like I said, I enjoyed Troll 1. The original one's great.
Oh my god.
Was this was like 93 minutes. Was this 93 minutes worth it for the 5-minute scene with the sandwich?
That saved it. That saved it. I can go to work tomorrow and function because of the scene with the sandwich. That's everything. Everything was this. It lived up to the hype of weird. That's for sure. So
you understand why the documentary is called Best Worst Movie? You ever want to see this movie again?
Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention the scariest part of the movie.
The mom.
The mom. The mom was scarier
the push-in
than
shots. The push.
And the time with the push-ins. The push-in is when you go whoop and you push in. And we're always doing, the director's always doing a push-in, and it's always up the kid's nose. You're always pushing in up this kid's nose, and it's like, pick another fucking angle, and pick another technique, like do something else. Like there was some panning shots, there wasn't any craning, but there was like at the very beginning of the film, there was some shot, reverse shot, and they abandoned that. It's like, it never comes back. So it was just like he did one thing throughout the whole fucking movie. Like,
and you know what's the funny thing is? There's now like conventions,
based
around the showing of this film.
Yeah,
people willingly go to pay to watch this in a big theater.
Here's what I don't get. Nobody in the family knew how to act. None of the guys knew how. Nobody knew how to. The what do we call her?
Herpy face.
Herpy face took some theater. Did some high school drama for theater, and was like giving it her all.
She was trying,
and
it looked like the dad was putting in some effort.
She
like I said, I'll still stand by saying the best performance was the homeless guy standing on the side of the road.
She could do some porno. I think she would.
The mom?
The evil lady. No, fuck that. Ain't nobody getting it up around that mom, man. She was fucking terrifying. And then they do a pushing on the mom. You're like, oh. Damn, don't do that. I got no problem with herpy face. I'm like, I can still stick my dick in that. But it's like the mom, it's just like, oh. So, like, even the things. Oh, and the fucking masks. And the, oh.
Literally, they were literally, I think, like, they maybe bought, like, 10 Halloween masks that almost all look the same. There's some differences. Like I said, when we were watching this film, I kept trying to look close to like the eyeballs to see if you could see like the slits. Yeah. So like the people under the Halloween mask you could see through. Yeah, they're literally wearing like burlap sacks, and you could see like the gloves obviously didn't fit the midgets inside the.
But everything was like what? Just constantly. It's all. I think we've covered it. I think Troll 2.
I can't wait until you have to edit part of this movie in here because you're gonna have to rewatch. Because you got to make this watchable for the 2 YouTubers that watch this show.
God damn, dude.
I'm sure they've already seen it.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you actually have to visually show now what we're talking about.
If you haven't seen it, a sandwich. He had to eat the sandwich. Like what?
He didn't even finish the sandwich.
No.
Remember, he took like 3 bites and then he threw it at him.
And then when they went to do the seance.
Yeah, they had to do a seance to bring Grandpa back. The kid was in control of the seance.
Yeah. So.
Oh wait! Don't forget the part where after he ate the sandwich, and you were still loving this part, where they put their hands on the Stonehenge.
Yeah, I was about to say
What
that.
was it? They call it the Stonehenge Stone of Power.
Stonehenge, Stone of Power.
And only positive thoughts can defeat the goblins.
Only the power of good.
That's it.
Only the power of good. Like,
And while they're putting their hands on it and sweating and Joshua's yelling, concentrate.
he's like, concentrate more, and it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? What am I concentrating on? What?
A sandwich.
So yeah, Troll 2. Anything else?
Fuck this movie.
Wow.
See, here's the thing. I love we've explained it a million times with this whole Prelude idea that we have. So you can tell that I love shitty films. I love Howard the Duck. I mentioned how I love like Street Fighter with Van Damme.
Critters blows this movie.
I love
Critters.
love Critters. Love Killer Clowns. I don't like this film. So you take all that shit that I just named off, and I don't enjoy Troll 2. I don't even enjoy it for as bad as it is.
Wow.
The thing is, I was busy either A, I was on Facebook on my phone, B, I was just, killing time by reading my email, or C, I was watching you squirm.
Yes. I would... Here's the thing. I would love to see, like, what was He-Man? Masters of the Universe.
Dolph Lundgren?
And you've got... What was the lady villain's name?
Evelyn?
Evelyn's in charge. And then she goes to kill somebody. And then...
He-Man is...
Or she goes to kill He-Man. She's about to score the big victorious success. Whatever she's trying to accomplish. And then He-Man's like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to eat a sandwich. He's like, no! The carbohydrates! The toxins! You don't eat the sandwich! It's got gluten! So...
No, I got a question. Wait.
No, there needs to be a whole series of this. Wait, what was that? What was the movie where he's like, you can't handle the truth, and he's like, you can't handle that sandwich. It's got toxins.
A Few Good Men becomes...
It's got gluten.
You rename A Few Good Men, A Few Good Sandwiches?
Just
Would you enjoy Howard the Duck more if Howard... Or if retarded Tim Robbins was just sitting there eating a sandwich the whole time they were in the flying machine?
Speaking of Tim Robbins is crawling through the 500 yards of shit to get to freedom. And then like a sandwich is brought in from Oscar and he's like, no! I'll go back to prison. Fuck you! Remake every movie. And it ends with the sandwich. Like, who the fuck? Somebody wrote this. Somebody wrote this, dude.
It was his wife.
Somebody
she hates
sat
vegetarians.
down and was like, this is a good idea. This makes sense. Wow. I feel better about my day. I feel better about my life because I'm not this
You know what the
lady.
funny thing is? This took 4 hours to watch.
Oh my god. We had all the
technical
we had a lot of
difficulties.
computer problems. So yeah. Oh, she's dancing in the background. Do you see that behind us?
Mhm.
She's doing the dance bit.
I'm glad that showed up. We're not even going to explain
Well,
that.
she's like what, 15?
Maybe, sure.
Yeah, right. Man. All right.
In closing,
And Troll 2.
no.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
Thank you, Gollum,
Get
for
real-
suggesting this.
Really high,
But the thing is, though,
lots of absinthe.
this was Gollum's suggestion.
Yeah.
So I still have my revenge coming up since you enjoyed Kung Fury.
Oh god damn it!
And I know exactly
No,
what you're
it's
going to
my
watch.
turn to make you see. I keep loading up like good films. We're gonna watch the Cutting Edge soon with D.B. Sweeney. You're gonna love it. It's a great movie.
You're also making me watch Gleaming the Cube.
Yeah, with
Slater.
Christian Slater. So, yeah. This has been the Whitey the White Guy show. I'm Whitey. This is Cracker. Keep them... I don't want to encourage them anymore. That was so bad. So,
Just have a nice day and eat a sandwich.
No, don't eat the sandwich. The toxins. The carbohydrates.
Let's sit back down. You know what? Our sign off is no longer is no longer good journey. It should be good sandwich.
Good
Good sandwich. Oh God.